Welcome to ABC Interactive English. Hi everyone, I'm Mike.
I'm Rainbow.
And today we are beginning a 3-day look at sugar, spice, and everything nice. So this is either about what little girls are made of, because I think that line is from an old children's rhyme.
Oh, you have to explain this.
Little boys are made of slugs and snails and puppy dog tails.
Ew.
Little boys like to play with, dirty,
They're
muddy
gross.
things. Little girls are made of sugar, spice, and everything nice.
This is true.
So kind of saying girls are sweeter
Sweet,
and nicer.
they're cuter, cleaner.
And cleaner than boys. Now, of course, this is an old children's rhyme. Little boys and girls can be made of whatever they want to be made of if we're talking about how they play or what they're interested in. But anyway, we took one line from that old rhyme, the sugar, spice, and everything nice. And we're just talking about
Spices.
Sugar and spice and everything nice that you add to your food to make it more tasty. Yeah. So do you like to have lots of spices in your food?
Honestly, no. I'm very plain.
Very
I like
plain.
to have almost no spices.
Salt and pepper.
Or nothing. So
Really?
maybe a little bit of sea salt.
Okay. Now, often when we say spice, people think spicy,
Yeah.
they think hot.
Yeah.
But of course, spices can
Herbs.
be a lot of other things
Right.
too, right? It doesn't always make your food hot, but it will change the natural flavor. I guess when I think of food with a lot of spices, I think of Indian food.
Oh, curry.
Right? A lot of the flavors, that's right, in Indian food come from these wonderful mixes often of 5, 6, 7, 8 different spices. So those can be good. Sometimes hot, but not always, depending on
Flavorful.
where the food comes from. So a lot of people like it. Everyone probably adds a little bit. Some people would have more than others. And we're going to find out all about this and so much more in our dialogue. Sugar and spice and everything nice. Part A.
Part A.
Owen and Maya are having dinner with her family.
I'm worried. It's my first formal dinner.
Our family dinners aren't formal, but we do have some basic rules.
Okay, tell me before we sit down.
Today's dialogue is called Sugar, Spice, and Everything Nice, Part A. We have our two main characters in this dialogue who are eating together. The dialogue says Owen and Maya are having dinner with her family.
Ooh, wow. So Owen and Maya, they're friends? Maybe they're dating?
Maybe.
We don't know, but it could be a nervous time for Owen having dinner with your friend's family. Or even worse, with your girlfriend or boyfriend's family.
For the first time.
Ooh, for the first time?
Yeah.
It can be very stressful. You want to make a good impression. You want everyone to think you're so kind and you're a gentleman or you're a lady. You eat with very good table manners.
Good manners.
You don't spill food on
You
your
are fancy.
girlfriend's mother or something like that. So it can be a little bit stressful. Owen might be feeling a little nervous, or as we get into the dialogue, he might be feeling something different but very similar to nervous. I'm worried, he says. Okay, so he's worried. He might not be stressed, or maybe a little bit, but he's definitely not calm and relaxed. He's worried about this evening. It's my first formal dinner, he says. Ooh, okay, well, first, maybe his first dinner with his friend's parents and also his first formal dinner. So this is not going to be your normal kind of meal, at least not for Owen.
Now that's kind of a big deal. When we talk about formal, this means something that's official that we take very seriously. Now, a formal dinner might require you to dress up formally. So Owen is probably wearing a suit and you might wear a fancy dress or you might have some flowers. This is something that people put a lot of effort into that they are really concerned about. It's not just a casual dinner. It is a formal dinner, which means we take it seriously and there are some rules.
Yes, absolutely. This is not having noodles in the night market or a burger and fries at a fast food restaurant.
Nope.
This might be a 3-star, a 4-star, a 5-star restaurant with candles on the table, lots of spoons and knives and forks, different courses, and of course he has to eat very politely. Chew his food with his mouth closed. Don't talk with food in your mouth. You know, all of that kind of stuff. Like it's a very special dinner, because it is. It's a special formal dinner. And Maya explains why it's extra special.
Our family dinners aren't formal, but we do have some basic rules. Okay, so maybe it's not super serious, but Maya still wants to make sure that Owen has the basic rules down.
Yeah, so it is kind of special because it's a formal dinner, but Owen can relax a little bit. It won't be like eating with the King of England, but it might be like eating with your boss or someone like that. There are always basic rules when you're in a formal situation, a formal party, a formal dinner, something like that. When we say basic, we just really mean simple rules, rules that everyone should know, rules that everyone should follow. As I said, when you eat food, especially with other people, you should always chew your food with your mouth closed. Don't nom, 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 like a cow. You want to do it quietly and politely. And also, don't talk when your mouth is full of food, because then your food will be shared with other people at the table, and they don't like that. Those are some basic rules when you're eating. Now, of course, if you're having a very formal meal, well, there might be more rules, but even when you're with your friends at the night market eating noodles, basic rules like chew with your mouth closed will be true for everyone. Okay, so he knows that it's a formal situation, but not too formal. So now he wants to know a little bit more about what he should do, what he shouldn't do, what he can do, what he definitely can't do. So he says, okay, tell me before we sit down. So he wants Maya to tell him all about the rules to follow before they sit down, before the meal begins. All right, we're going to take a break there, and then we'll be back to find out how this semi-formal dinner goes for Owen and Maya.
When you want something like the salt and pepper, don't reach over someone for it.
What should I do?
Ask someone to pass it to you. Also, don't take butter and put it directly on your bread. Put it on your plate first.
Okay. Anything else?
We only serve salad with olive oil and vinegar, so don't ask for other dressings.
All right, we are back, and Maya is explaining to her friend Owen some of the basic rules when having a kind of formal dinner with her parents. Now, it's not super fancy. He can relax and still enjoy himself, but Maya wants to make sure Owen knows that there are some things he shouldn't do even at this dinner with her family. So what is one of the basic rules for her?
Maya says when you want something like the salt and pepper, don't reach over someone for it. That makes sense. I do that as well. Ask.
Yeah, exactly. So if you're sitting at a table and something is not near you, like the salt or the pepper or the sauce of some kind, don't just reach all the way over for it.
Right in front of somebody.
Ask the person sitting close to it, could you please pass me the salt? Or please pass me the salt, something like that. Don't just use your arms and reach over. So he doesn't quite know what to do, so he says, what should I do? If I want the salt and pepper and it is far away from me, what should I do if I'm not reaching over to get it? How do I get the salt?
ask someone to pass it to you. Also, don't take butter and put it directly on your bread. Put it on your plate first.
That is good advice.
Right.
Absolutely. Yeah, this would be a little bit more formal as well. You might have that butter dish in the middle of the table. Don't just take the butter and put it on your bread. There's often a special little knife called a butter knife with the dish. Use that. Put the butter on your little bread plate and then use your knife to spread the butter. So basically 2 steps instead of just 1 step. Butter to plate and then butter from plate to bread. Do it that way, not directly.
Right.
It's a good rule.
So directly means from A to B 1 step. So if I'm taking it and putting it on the knife and the butter is here, I'm putting it directly on the bread, that's 1 step. So directly is the fastest way, immediately, the next thing. So directly. Now we can also say to do something or say something directly, which means we don't go a difficult way, we don't explain too much, we just say what we want. We say yes or no, we say good or bad, we speak our minds directly. That means we're very straightforward. So that's what directly means.
All right, back to Owen. He understands this butter rule. All right, don't do it directly from the butter dish to your bread. Put it on your plate first. Okay, he says. This is something he understands and can definitely live with. Okay, anything else? Are there other basic rules I should know about? And yes, there are.
There are. We only serve salad with olive oil and vinegar, so don't ask for other dressings. So some people have like Caesar sauce, you know, but in some fancier where some people would prefer simpler sauces, and the best kind, according to me, I also like olive oil, vinegar, just basic. So don't ask for anything else because it might be weird if they say no, and so it's a thing.
So don't ask for your Caesar salad dressing or your
don't ask for like a plum dressing,
Thousand Island dressing or the
that's right.
sesame dressing you
No.
might get with Japanese food. Nope, just basic oil and vinegar. That is what they serve with their salads, at least at Maya's home, for formal dinners. When you serve something, you put it out there for people to enjoy. You might put it there directly on their plate. I will serve you some food and then give you the plate or bowl. Or you might be telling them to take the food themselves, put it in on their own plate. Serve yourself. Don't wait for me at a buffet, of course. You will serve yourself. But if you're at a restaurant with waiters or waitresses, they will get the food from the kitchen, bring it to your table, and by putting it in front of you, they are serving you. So basically giving food to people, putting it on their plate, bringing it to them so that they can enjoy the food. They don't take it by themselves.
Right, and in this case, what are we serving? First, we're serving salad. It's very common for formal meals to start out with salad, which is raw vegetables, maybe some bread on the side. You have some maybe romaine lettuce, there are some carrots or like some tomatoes, and it's just all raw. And this is common in Western food, and it's often served with some simple dressing like vinegar, olive oil. Sometimes you can also have mushrooms or other cooked things inside like salmon or something like that. So that's very common as one of the items to start out your meal with. And again, salads come with many different types of dressing.
That's right. Dressing is, well, basically a sauce. Something that you usually pour. It will be a liquid, maybe a thick liquid, but you will pour it or put it on things like salad just to make the flavor a little more interesting, to add some oil and other spices to it, because salads can be good, but just eating lettuce and cucumber and carrot by itself might get a little boring. So a dressing is added. Dressing is really just a sauce, but yes, we use this word for the kinds of sauces that we add to cold salads and things like that. So salad dressing is that thing you usually pour on the salad to make the flavor a little more interesting. All right, guys, that's all the time we have. I think Owen sounds like he's getting quite prepared for this formal meal. I hope everything goes well for him. And also, we'll be back with more tomorrow.
More tomorrow.
So we're going to find out if it goes well for him. So fingers crossed for Owen. Take care, everyone. We'll see you back here soon. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Owen and Maya are having dinner with her family.
I'm worried. It's my first formal dinner.
Our family dinners aren't formal, but we do have some basic rules.
Okay, tell me before we sit down.
When you want something like the salt and pepper, don't reach over someone for it.
What should I do?
Ask someone to pass it to you. Also, don't take butter and put it directly on your bread. Put it on your plate first.
Okay. Anything else?
We only serve salad with olive oil and vinegar, so don't ask for other dressings.
Hi, I'm Tina. 我们来看这一课的重点单字。第一个 formal 形容词，正式的。The office has a formal dress code for important meetings. 办公室对重要会议有正式的服装规定。Dress code 指的是服装规定。下一个单字 basic 形容词，基本的。She has a basic knowledge of cooking. 她对烹饪有基本的知识。下一个单字 serve 动词，供应餐饮。The restaurant will serve breakfast from 7 a.m. to 10 a.m. 这家餐厅将在早上7点到10点供应早餐。最后一个单字 salad 名词，沙拉。Maya had salad for lunch. Maya 午餐吃了沙拉。接着我们来看重点文法。第一个，我们来整理 reach 的用法。reach 的意思是伸手，常见的用法，第一种用法 reach over somebody 指的是伸手越过某人。我们来看看这个例句 Susan reached over her husband to get the newspaper. Susan 伸手越过她的丈夫去拿报纸。第二种用法 reach for something 指的是伸手拿某物。我们来看看这个例句 The boy reached for the cookie jar on the shelf. 这位男孩伸手拿架子上的饼干罐。Jar 指的是罐子。下一个文法 pass something to somebody 递某物给某人，也可以说 pass somebody something。 pass 指的是递传。我们来看看这个例句 Could you pass the sugar to me? 所以你也可以这样说 Could you pass me the sugar? 意思是你能把糖递给我吗？最后一个文法 put A on B 把 A 放在 B 上 Put 它的动词三态同形。我们来看看这个例句 I like to put butter on bread. 我喜欢在面包上涂奶油。以上就是这一课的重点单字跟文法，回去记得复习哦。我们下一课再见，拜拜。
I love this DJ. So good.
I know, the music is great.
Hey, where's Ruth? She said she was going to be here, right?
Ah, I see her. She's over there phubbing. Let's go get her.
Hey, Ruth, what's going on?
Hey, Ruth. Shane is talking to you. Can you stop phubbing? Today, we're going to talk about the term phubbing. Did you know that the word phubbing is a combination of phone and snubbing?
That's right. It's used to describe the action of ignoring someone in a social setting by looking at your phone instead of paying attention to them.
It's a phenomenon that has become increasingly common with the rise of smartphones. Besides, phubbing can also refer to someone who resists socializing with others, like what Ruth was doing to Shane earlier.
Exactly. Phubbing can be considered rude, especially in social situations. So here are some example sentences. Stop phubbing me. Or, he's always phubbing when we go out.
Also, there is a word called phubber. Phubber refers to someone who ignores the person that they are with and gives attention to their mobile phone instead.
For example, you can say, my wife is a phubber and a phone addict.
That's right. So remember not to phub next time you're with friends. It's not polite.
Okay, that's all for today's lesson.
And we'll see you guys next time. Bye-bye.
Bye.